In the NFL, it is all too easy to either love or hate a player who displays remarkable arrogance and me-first antics.
Hey, if I'm the first pick, I'm the first pick.
Soon after.
Obviously, the overwhelming story was Shadeur Sanders and an unprecedented slide for the quarterback into the 5th round.
While arrogance and brashness have their perks in the NFL, let's dive into 10 instances where an arrogant NFL player got totally humbled. Tom Brady, Super Bowl 42. Brady and the New England Patriots broke record after record after record during the 2007 regular season. They became the first team to finish with a perfect 16-0 regular season record. Their 589 points scored were a single season record at the time. Brady became the first QB to throw 50 touchdowns in a season. Randy Moss's 23 touchdown receptions also smashed the NFL record. So, obviously, most of the NFL world scoffed at New York Giants wide receiver Plaxico Burress when he publicly stated that his team would beat New England 23-17 in Super Bowl 42. That led to this infamous soundbite by Tommy Terrific.
We're only going to score 17 points? Okay. Is Plax playing defense?
The Giants would win 17-14 with Burris catching the game-winning touchdown from Eli Manning, and thus ended the Patriots' bid to complete the perfect 19-0 season. Brady's infamous scoff at Burris's prediction is one of the few times where the GOAT looked absolutely foolish. He too underestimated the Giants' defense, which sacked him 5 times in this legendary upset. Anthony Smith, Week 14 of 2007. Pulling back to those 2007 Patriots and that undefeated thing, the Pittsburgh Steelers were one of the last few imposing opponents on the Patriots' schedule. Coming into this game, Pittsburgh was 9-3, looking to hand the 12-0 Pats their first loss of the season. Veteran Steelers safety Anthony Smith stirred the pot by guaranteeing a Steelers victory.
What gives you the confidence to go out and guarantee a win in a game like this?
The guys I'm playing with, we got a great D-line, great linebacker core.
The Steelers hardly showed up in this game, though, which included Smith, who was notably burned in coverage for the Patriots' epic flea flicker touchdown that began the Patriots' onslaught. Patriots cruised to a 34-13 victory, and Belichick didn't let Smith's failed guarantee go unscathed. After the game, Belichick was quoted as saying, "We've played against a lot better safeties than him, I'll tell you that." And, well, Smith was hardly heard from in the NFL again. Mike Hilton, 2022 AFC Championship game. Going into that 2022 AFC title game, Joe Burrow had a perfect 3-0 record against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Even though Burrow had only played once at Arrowhead Stadium, Hilton boldly stated,
"We'll see y'all in Burrowhead." Yeah, baby. We'll see y'all in Burrowhead.
Well, Mahomes and the Chiefs got the last laugh by winning 23-20 on a last-second field goal by Harrison Butker. Hilton, by the way, gave up 5 completions on 6 targets for 53 yards and 1 touchdown. Jalen Ramsay, Week 11, 2018. The Jacksonville Jaguars looked like a team on the rise after a thrilling 2017 Cinderella run. They were this close to beating the dynastic Patriots in the AFC Championship game and reaching their first Super Bowl in franchise history. Jacksonville's 2 biggest statement wins that year were both at Heinz Field. They manhandled Ben Roethlisberger and the Killer Bees Pittsburgh Steelers in a regular season contest and in the rematch in the divisional round. Ahead of the 2018 season, Ramsay sat down for an interview with GQ. There, he threw shade at numerous NFL quarterbacks, including Roethlisberger. Big Ben? I think he's decent at best. He has a strong arm, but he ain't all that. Well, Big Ben and the Steelers made Ramsay eat his words in their Week 11 2018 rematch. Ramsay allowed 6 catches for 80 yards. That included a big reception to Antonio Brown on the Steelers' game-winning drive, which was capped off with Big Ben's game-winning rushing score. Freddy Mitchell, Super Bowl 39. Before the Eagles and Patriots clashed in Super Bowl 39, Mitchell sat down for an interview with Dan Patrick. Mitchell pretended that he couldn't name any players from the New England secondary, implying that they were a bunch of no-names. He did, however, infamously state, "I got something for you, Harrison," to then Patriots safety Rodney Harrison. They held Mitchell to just 1 reception for 11 yards. Oh, and Harrison had 2 interceptions, including the game-sealing pick off of Donovan McNabb.
Freddie Mitchell, thank you. Because without you, we would have not won that Super Bowl. Thank you for running your mouth.
To make matters worse for Freddie, he was released by the Eagles after the 2004 season and never played in the NFL again. Richard Sherman, Super Bowl 49. There was a fun 3-year stretch from 2012 to 2014 when Richard Sherman, Darrelle Revis, and Patrick Peterson all had a compelling case as the best cornerback in the NFL. Unlike Revis and Peterson, however, Sherman was always vocal about who he thought was number one, and that was himself. So when Sherman's Seattle Seahawks met Revis's Patriots in Super Bowl 49, well, there was plenty of well-established beef. And don't forget Sherman's "You Mad Bro" post to Tom Brady after Seattle beat the Pats in their 2012 regular season meeting. And when Russell Wilson was picked off by Malcolm Butler at the 1-yard line to seal a New England win, Sherman's reaction said it all. Vontae's Burfict, Week 13, 2017. Vontae's Burfict is by far the dirtiest player in NFL history. He was suspended 4 times, totaling 22 games. Burfict also lost about $5.3 million in fines and forfeited salary from the games that he missed. Burfict was never liked around the NFL, but the Steelers and their fan base had more beef with him than anyone else. When the two clubs met again in the 2015 wildcard round, Burfict took a costly penalty for his headshot on Antonio Brown. It set up Pittsburgh's game-winning field goal, but Brown was unable to play in their subsequent divisional round loss. Just to say, Steelers rookie wideout Juju Smith-Schuster delivered some comeuppance with this bone-crunching hit on Burfict during Pittsburgh's Week 13 2017 road game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Shadeur Sanders, the 2025 NFL Draft. Look, love or hate Shadeur Sanders, but there is no denying his level of extreme arrogance. He obviously got it from his father and former coach Deion Sanders, and to be fair to Coach Prime, he let that arrogance and giant personality fuel a Hall of Fame career that produced 2 Super Bowl rings. So why wouldn't you be brash and arrogant if you're Shadeur Sanders? Unfortunately for the Colorado product, his ultimate got humbled experience came months before he even played his first NFL snap. Sanders was the consensus number 2 quarterback prospect behind Miami's Cam Ward entering the 2025 NFL Draft. ESPN's Mel Kiper had Sanders as the number 5 overall prospect. NFL Media's Daniel Jeremiah ranked him at number 20 overall. It was shocking enough when Sanders wasn't selected in round 1. Still available after round 2 though? Even crazier. Round 3? What in the world was going on? What do you mean he's still there after round 4? Huh? Yeah, the stunningly long wait finally ended when the Cleveland Browns drafted Sanders in round 5 at number 144 overall. Afterwards, multiple reports stated that Sanders failed to make a good impression in his pre-draft interviews. Apparently, Sanders acted as if he would be an early day 1 pick, even declining to meet with some teams. One unnamed NFL coach who interviewed the Colorado product called Sanders entitled. Hey, what can we say? Getting humbled comes in different forms. In Shadeur's case, it happened by falling significantly in the NFL draft. Cam Newton, Super Bowl 50. Newton already had a reputation as one of the NFL's most arrogant and show-offy players by the time the 2015 season rolled around. But Newton was on another level that year. So, whether you loved or hated him at the time, the dude was able to back it up. Newton ran away with the NFL MVP honors in 2015 after throwing for 3,837 yards and 35 touchdowns to go along with 636 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns. Carolina finished 15-1 in the regular season, then ran through the NFC to reach Super Bowl 50. Throughout the season, Newton made headlines with his excessive TD celebrations, including the dab. Had he led Carolina to victory over the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 50, well, the haters would have had to eat it. But the Broncos humbled Newton all game long in Super Bowl 50. He was sacked 6 times, threw 1 interception, and strip sacked twice, including once for the game's first touchdown. The Broncos defeated Carolina 24-10 to win the Super Bowl. Knowing that he couldn't back up his own words this time, Newton infamously walked out of his post-game presser. Matt Hasselbeck, 2003 Wild Card Round. It might be the most embarrassing case of an NFL player's trash talk backfiring. It's certainly the most memorable. For you kids who aren't born then or too young to remember, here's the stage. The Seahawks visited the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field in the 2003 divisional round. The game required overtime. Those days, overtime was sudden death, even in the postseason. So, of course, when the Seahawks won the coin toss, Hasselbeck elected to receive.
I like to call heads. We want the ball, we're going to score.
Unfortunately, he also got way too ahead of himself here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is another key reminder that it is best to save your trash talk for after the game. But which other notable instances did an arrogant NFL player get totally humbled? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, then clicking the like button helps us out a ton. And you know, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, then subscribing is a great idea, because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.